Go for it.
Okay, a bit about the hospice. I guess social media become a very big thing. I'm not overly a big fan of social media like Facebook and all that. I'm not on it anyway. But I think we all have to move with the times, and I guess the hospice had to do a lot to move with the times as well, and we had a very outdated website, and we were lucky we had that. Someone did that for us for nothing. So today Tony and I are going to launch the new hospice website. We were going to do this earlier in the year, but my talk changed over. So today I'd like to show everyone our brand new website. Very, very excited about it. It's extremely user friendly. Tony was getting behind the scenes with the other day and was explaining how we've had quite a good track of clicks and people coming through. And what I have noticed is our donations have gone up with people on the website, because it's a lot easier for people to jump on, make a donation, and then just move on to the next thing. So I guess our cover page, Tony. Just a bit about the hospice, what we do and everything like that. And what we've done is also, Tony's been helping us by putting things up that come up throughout the keeping it up to date. So trivia night's coming up. For people who are interested, they can just click on that and go straight over to there. Also, we put our newsletter on every month. And then, of course, down the bottom here's Master Tung, who's from Pure Land. And I'm pleased to announce that they donated $120,000 to the Toowoomba Hospice last month. So that's fabulous. That helps our budget tremendously. And then we have items for sale. At one stage we were doing car park sales, and we had a lot of older people helping us set it up and everything. And you might walk away at the end of that for maybe $2,000, $3,000. So what we've decided to do is work smarter, not harder, and we've decided to do is collect items that are bigger. If people wanted to donate it to us, we collect those and sell them on Gumtree. So what's happened is we've done this. This is actually some furniture from Clifford Gardens. They're furniture from their food court. They approached us last year and said, look, we've got some tables and chairs, would you like them? I said, yeah, give them to us. So what we do now is we'll advertise a little bit of stuff on Gumtree and we sell it. And we've made more money by doing that than we did with the 2 car park sales a year, and less work and less effort. So it's fabulous. So at the moment we've got we've actually a couple of hospital beds that family donated to us that have never been used, and then some other bits and pieces of stuff there. You know, so it's and quite surprisingly, it sells. I can't believe people buy a lot of second-hand stuff, but it does work. So so that helps. And then we go back up to About Us, and just talks a bit about the hospice, which was very similar to the last website, about our vision and mission. And Tony did a small got a small bit out of our DVD, which we run, but that certainly needs to be updated. We've spoken about that. Then I'll get Graham, myself, and the new Director of Nursing to do a little talk. But there's just little messages from the founder, Chairman, Graham, and of course Sister Francis, who's passed away, our Director of Nursing, who's been at the hospice for nearly 12 months next month, our Pastoral Care Coordinator, Sue, who coordinates pastoral care workers, and also offers counselling and support services to the families that come and stay with us at the hospice as well. And then, of course, just my little mug. And then our volunteer coordinator, Shireen, who coordinates up to about 108, maybe 110 volunteer workers a week that come in and help us out in various duties and that. And with this website, what we've done is, if anyone that's interested in wanting to help, they just click into volunteer help, and it goes straight over to what we talk about, and then all they need to do now is just put their name and everything and their details on the little boxes there on the left, and then we explain what, and then we also have updated of what upcoming sessions of our orientation. all volunteer groups and organisations are going to have orientation, to know a bit about the facility, our confidentiality and everything like that, just so they're covered by our insurance. And what happens, unfortunately, sometimes if they don't come to it, we can't have them on site to volunteer.
What that form does for the volunteer coordinator is, we discovered through this process that they really didn't have a way of capturing people's information in a efficient, systematic way, so that if someone wants to volunteer in the kitchen, for example, and Shireen is actually full with those people, that volunteer expression of interest would get lost in the mire. So by having this form, what she does is basically collects people's addresses, emails, contact details, so that when a position comes up in the kitchen, or for example, she can go back to that list and email back out to those people that showed interest in a particular area and say, hey, we now need volunteers in this area, are you still interested? So that's helping her to manage her volunteer resources a little bit more efficiently. But of course, a lot of people, a lot of positions are available, so she's actually said to me that it's made it quite a bit easier for her to fill resources where she needs them.
Yep. And I guess with volunteers, we have different types of volunteers. We have those who just retire and they're wanting to help. Then you have the younger volunteers that want to gain some experience, and then you have the other volunteers that are doing it whilst they're looking for work. And that's where our lot of rotation and replacement volunteers comes in. When someone gets a job, they sort of move on, and then we need to find someone else to replace. But our retention rate is really good. It's about 92%. So it's really good. So we've got a very good retention rate in keeping our volunteers. Events is the next one, and putting the fun back into fundraising is my little motto for the hospice. And then what we do here is we upload, I send a list of stuff to Tony, and Tony puts it up on the website for us and promotes our listing, which is, I try to update it every couple of weeks, because sometimes people run fundraising events for the hospice, and if I'm not aware about it, I can't help promote it. So we have a little date claimers list here that we send out to people as well. So there's a Mother's Day high tea coming up at Angel Cafe. We have a shopping centre promotion where we we used to rattle buckets, but we encourage people just to throw donations into a wishing well now that we got made by the Lions Club of West. Concert, National Palliative Care Week, Get Nailed for Hospice Care is our new fundraiser. And what that is I'll be launching that actually in May, and that's to promote awareness for hospice and trying to get other people involved, like younger generation, and maybe the trainees, and get them to paint their nails for hospice. So instead of having a free dress day, paint your nails, get it coloured, raise some money, and then upload your photo to our website, which we're in the progress of looking at doing, and therefore help raise some money for the hospice. And the person or the company that raises the most money will win a barbecue. So that's just a snapshot of many of our fundraising events that are coming up. Now the financial help with donations, which is one bit. It's just a show of different people who make donations and make help us to continue our service. Because we need to raise $1.75 million, and out of that 1.75, the government gives us pretty much 50,000. We get about 300 to 400,000 from private health, and the rest needs to come from the community, such as people like Heritage Bank and all that, and yourselves. So that's where it comes very important that we need to raise about $700,000 a year out of this area. Easy to do it. You click on Donate Online, and then over there, and here we go. Tony.
Can I throw in some marketing thoughts?
Yes.
See $1,000 on the bottom, put it in the middle.
We will.
Select that. So what you can do, this is basically an e-commerce platform and we had all discussions about how we could make his life a bit easier. And because the man has to raise a huge amount of money every year, he said, well, if we look at trying to integrate e-commerce in such a way that it makes it easy for people to donate money or for you to sell raffle tickets online and people can pay for them online, then that would cut a lot of Mark's manual process out of the picture. So, for example, if someone does want to donate to the hospice, they can choose many of these base amounts, or simply, if I wanted to donate an amount that wasn't on the list there, I could just click, say, $10, and if I only wanted to donate $20, I can simply put the number 2 in the quantity. Okay, that then should make it $20. Then we go in our cart, okay, and we can now check out. We put our credit card details in after we've checked all the details there. Name, address details, credit card, etc. So I can't list each of his credit card here.
No PayPal?
We can do PayPal if one wanted to set up a PayPal account. We can attach PayPal to it. What we found though is that, and it surprised me, I think since October-ish that this was launched. Is that the website?
Well, we've got it up live about late October.
Late October. It's now got. So what happens is when you type all this information in, press checkout, you get a confirmation from the website saying this is your order, $20. Thank you very much for your donation. Mark behind the scenes will send out
We send out a text receipt, and a letter, say thank you very much.
There's been about, on a last look, I think now it's over $4,000 has been donated online since late October.
That's good for us.
And Mark, these people are not.
These people are not people that I'm aware of, like general donors and that. They're just like even people from interstate. So I am quite impressed. I think it's wonderful. And so I'm just hoping that now that we're going to today launch it, and I'll get it out to promote it more out to the public, make it easy for people to donate online.
So what he's got effectively is a shop. So part of the shop, the online shop, is you donate online area. This area here is where Mark can sell tickets. Now, I believe he did this for the events that guy was talking about.
Yeah, Stephen Jenkinson.
Stephen Jenkinson. So if there's any ticketed events we put up here, so the Stephen Jenkinson one has just been taken down because it's passed now. But if there were some more events coming up, like a dance or something, a dinner, Mark would just register the product, okay, price of the tickets. If there's only a limited number of tickets, we can put that into inventory so that the system doesn't sell more tickets than what there actually are seats. And just maybe on that Steve Jenkins one, there were quite a few tickets bought online that I could
it was actually a good event, and it was a good trial to use the ticketing event page.
So was that helpful?
It was for us because, we can get behind the scene and have a look at it as well. Tony's educating me.
Sorry, Tony.
Recurring features for the donations, if you want to make a $10 per week or $10 per month recurring donation, is that possible?
Yeah, and that's something that we set up manually in the payment gateway. The payment gateway is Stripe. And in Stripe, if Mark gets someone's credit card and they want to just have $30 a week or a month taken out of it, we just set that up on Stripe, name, address, credit card details, amount that they want, and it automatically will bill the credit card every month. Can't really do it through the e-commerce platform. It's a bit difficult to do a self-subscription, but basically it is possible, yes. Or see, what most people do is that they will ring the hospice and they'll just say, I want to do a direct debit.
Yep.
Or they set up a scheduled payment themselves out of their bank account.
Or they go through Give Now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, great.
Give Now, is that another?
That's another site, another website, which is a community-based one, which is totally free for community organisations to use, and you can set it up on that. It's a monthly payment every month, and they just bill it out of your account, and then they send us the transaction slip, and we just send you a receipt every month.
Have you ever had a year where you didn't make the
Budget?
rise?
Yes, yep, we've had a couple of years where we didn't reach our target, unfortunately, but luckily enough, we've had money in reserves, which all good businesses should have, and then we were able to use some of those reserves to get us over the line for those couple of years that were tough. And look, don't get me wrong, fundraising is tough, especially local charities, because we're competing with state and national and international charities that still come into our region here and take a lot of money from us. The Cancer Foundation, all those organisations, and they're all good charities, don't get me wrong, but when you're trying to promote a local, for every ad I put in the paper, I've got to raise twice that amount. One to pay for it and one to make profit for it. So, you know, like a $600 ad in the Chronicle or whatever, or advertising to promote my, say, Get Nailed, I've got to pay that, I've got to at least raise $1,200. I've got to pay for that ad, and then I've got to have some money out of it to show that I can make some money for it.
There's something that you were emailed this morning, and I think I just quickly read it. They were saying there's one charity for every 400 people in Australia.
That could be pretty wrong.
That's the number of charities, one for every, and as you said, just on that basis.
Not-for-profit organisations, yeah. And there's a lot of them. And I mean, I went through the Australian Charities Commission thing the other day just to have a look at different organisations that are not-for-profit in Toowoomba. And it's a phenomenal amount. But there's a lot that don't even oblige by the rules and regulations of submitting what they have to. And there are some quite well-known charities, unfortunately, not state or a bit of everything, that are looking at being losing their registration because they haven't submitted simple things like financial statements to this organisation. I mean, you know, people still paying money towards it.
The ACNs,
Yeah, that's Australian.
they actually deregistered just under 6,000 charities on the 1st of July last year, and there's going to be something like 20,000 deregistered because there's a hell of a lot of charities, and you should always go onto the website with anyone you're suspicious of. And some of the big ones, as Mark said, aren't registered, and there's a site within the ACNC where you can actually check the tax deductibility, because what the ADO are now going to crack down on is people claiming tax deductibility for organisations which are not designated gift recipients or registered for tax deductions. And so there's a massive, I'm on one of the advisory panels for ACNC, and there is a massive move now to actually cut out all this nonsense that's been going on in this country with charities.
Now I'm quite shocked at the types of charities that have even got tax deductibility. Anyway.
And this website that tells you which ones are not.
Yes,
Every
absolutely.
tax deductible, designated gift recipient status of tax deductible is listed on the ATO website.
There's no way to follow the ones that are not.
No. You've got to do the due diligence of check. You can actually put the charity's name in.
Yeah, you type in it. So you type in Toowoomba Hospice, it'll come up, let it say we're registered charity, boom, boom, and we're valid. I mean, because every charity, and it's like any business, you should still be responsible for submitting your financials and everything on time and to keep it registered, because otherwise people are donating and they're just waste of time. But anyway, Adopt a Room campaign, which is a fundraiser for the hospice, which raises about $78,000 for us this year. So what happens is we've actually only got one room available, is that right? Yeah, one available,
As
yeah.
far as I know.
Yeah, no, that's right. So what happens is people could make a donation towards that, $4,000 for a room, the hospice, and they can actually purchase that online as well, which has been good for us.
What happens when it's full and someone says, I don't want a room? Can't you say, okay, well, I'll buy one for 2018?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep.
That just shows
That just shows that the bars-
for this current year.
Yep.
And that's just an example where you just set the inventory level to whatever you have. But Mark can basically, the whole idea is to provide him with a functional website that actually allows him some tools. Whenever promotion, he now promotes back to the website. So whatever it is, comes back to the website for more details, which makes people more aware of the hospice. And usually when they go onto the site, if they're interested in going to an event, they end up donating,
Yes.
and they can do it nice and easily. And so we're trying to, I mean, this is all a bit of an experiment.
Oh, it's a huge experiment for the hospice. And this year, we all know that the hospice got a grant for a new vehicle, and this year we put the website on the back of it to promote it. So we're just trying to get a little bit tech savvy and a little bit social media savvy. So,
Because Mark's competing with a lot of other charities that have really slick websites
And they've got the people to run them.
And what you find is that there's a lot of probably Gen Y people out there that they want to save the whales, and they're happy to just give money to save the whales because they feel good about themselves, but they're not that happy to actually physically volunteer, if that makes sense. They're happy to give money, feel good, and if it's online, because that's the generation that they are. So that's what we're trying to capture as well. So it'll be interesting to see after about a year of this, how much extra money that it's generated over and above the normal regular donators this year.
yeah.
I don't know what the answer to this question would be, is the hospice.
I'll soon be able to work that out.
We'll be able to work that out, and then that'll hopefully help us, give us some new ideas to move forward with for the following
You'd
year.
have to be really happy with yourself though, having arranged that, and as Mark said, there's extra money that has come in, and I think you need to get in on
Yeah,
that.
thanks, mate.
Well, it's not me, it's just I just designed the vehicle for it.
Yeah.
Mark has really embraced it and run with it, and Mark sends me stuff just about every week put up. So he's on the hosted version, which I do, what the website does all of the updates for them, so they don't have to worry about getting on, trying to work out how to do it themselves, so they can do that. They have some training on making quick adjustments to certain pages. But basically it's just an email or phone call, you wake this up, it goes up usually the same day or the very next day, and then Mark goes to work, and he's very good at promoting things and bringing them back to the website, which then once they're there, they just go, oh, I can donate here, oh, I can volunteer, I didn't know that. And so hopefully that all starts to, these connections work together to generate more money and make life easier for the people behind the scene. Not just for Mark, but for Shareen and
For everybody.
people as well.
And it's also actually helped for people wanting to know how to get someone to the hospice as well, how to admit them into the hospice, because they've had a look at that. And we've had a couple of inquiries. There's an inquiry section there where people just, can email us. And we've had a few people like, please can the Director of Nursing contact us or something about my mum. So that's helped us as well. And everything's up to date. And I just must say, Tony's spent a lot of hours putting in his own time helping set this up, and I can't thank him enough because it really has helped us tremendously. So here at Backscratchers, a fellow Backscratcher working websites, I'd like to officially launch our Munro Hospice website. Thanks, guys. So there we go, we've got a link.
So,
Yep.
we've got some cross links between the hospice and Backscratcher. So if you want to, if you're looking at our particular site, in the more section, what I've done is just iframed that website in, okay? So you can sort of have a bit of a play from our site, from our little window. You can actually see all of the things that you see if you went to the hospice site itself. So hopefully, that's how our club can silently, we get about, I think, 400 page views collectively on our site a month. And if people open around our about page, they'll find the hospice link there, and they can either then go straight to the hospice or look at it from our website. So again, it's just about bringing cross-links from social media Gumtree.
Yep.
I imagine when people buy something on Gumtree, they find you on Gumtree, is there a link, if you're able to incorporate a link back to the site from there or not?
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah, so anyway, it's all about trying link to that to a central place where you can talk about your business, or talk about your association, whatever it may be, or school, and just generate, more awareness in the community. So hopefully it's going to be
Absolutely.
a
Great
good tool,
fundraising tool and information tool.
and good source of database for volunteers.
And that's the other thing, and not only that for volunteers, but also for database for the hospice, for supporters. We've never really had a database of fellow supporters, especially for those outside of the Toowoomba area.
If you go to incorporate a program in Munro, of actually finding out why these new donors have actually supported.
I haven't, but we do send a little thing with everyone that makes a donation. They like to be on our contact list, but that's a good idea.
Because that's a big part of
Absolutely.
fundraising,
It is.
is donor acquisition.
Yep.
If you can get unsolicited donors, then they will be impressed by your message. That's a very strong link that is built on development.
Yep.
One of the things that is a strong motivation for a donor is understanding if you've got a vehicle that can tell potential donors exactly what you do, why you do it, and where the money goes. So we're very mindful when we redid this site to make sure that information got through very succinctly. So if anyone visited this site, and it might be a relative of someone that stayed there, that message came through very quickly and clearly. So one, it's local. Two, only gets a small amount of money from the government each year, and the service that it provides. So I think that's one of the reasons why people do give, because of those three core elements, and everyone likes to give to a local charity. But if you've got a local charity that's got a core website, like any business, if the website looks poor, you think, do I really want to give money to these guys? They don't look like they're very organised, and the message might be a bit befuddled, and so you move on, because there's plenty of charities to give to. So it's a matter of which one can you give to that you feel confident and secure about.
And one catches your eye. So thanks everyone. Have a wonderful week. Thanks.